A well-known Israeli company is developing technologies with innovative plant diagnostic tools that provide new solutions and improve performance in different environments. Currently, one of the most important issues in agriculture is the abiotic stress endured by plants. This stress is generated by factors such as salinity, contaminated soils, poor quality water, and lack of nutrients. It represents an annual production loss of approximately $200 million. We are visiting the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, the only one with a faculty of agriculture in Israel, where different researchers develop topics related to the environment. Among them is Professor Menachem Moshe Leon, expert in plant physiology, as well as Professor Ronnie Wallach, soil and water expert.
They came together to develop a system that can test the performance of plants versus different ambient conditions. So the technology is able to provide different ambient conditions, different conditions of soil and water to each plant, and to screen in parallel many plants in order to see who is the best performing plant under which ambient conditions is the best plant.
As my professor earlier mentioned, we've discovered that if we use surfactant, which is a chemical, to treat the soil, we can get rid of the problem that the Israeli farmers face, which is the problem of soil water repellency.
Investigations in the greenhouses also seek to verify that these chemicals are safe for the plant in the field.
So, and as you can see behind me here, we have two kind of citrus plants. They're the natives that are grown here in Israel, especially for the rootstock. So, and what you see behind me also is the system. So with this system, we control the irrigation, the water we give to the plants, and also the chemical. So behind me here among these plants, I have 30 of them. So, and 10 of them get just regular water with fertilizer, and 10 of them get the chemical at a more higher frequency every 6 days, while 10 others get the same chemical but every 12 days. So with this system, I'm able to control the amount of water I give to each plant, the rate at which I give the chemical, and not just that, I'm also able to measure at the same time the amount of water that gets exactly to the plant, how much the plant loses through evapotranspiration, how much the weight the plant is gaining with time.
Felix states that, although it may look simple, doing this experiment in the past without the use of this system turned out being very complicated. After 6 months, the results he obtained were inconsistent since the measurements varied with time.
With this system, I can measure for the 30 plant at exactly the same time. And not just that, from my office, I could see exactly what is happening to the plant. I could set when to irrigate, how much to irrigate. I could set the irrigation weather by volume, or also I could set the irrigation weather, irrigate each plant based on the amount of water the plant lost the previous day. So it's really a very fine system. In the soil also, not just the amount of water, I also have like sensors buried in the soil where I can actually also measure the amount of water within each root zone of the plant. So I have like, each pot I have like 2 sensors, one at the bottom and one at the top. So here I see the fluctuation. I know from where the plant is taking up more water. So, and also, if you look closely at the system, you can see like I have the two lines of irrigation, one for the water and one for the chemical, all coming together and going into the plant at the same time. So I could also mix the treatment with the fertilizer all in the same pot at the same time.
One of the things that really amazed me about this system, and we like one of the best parameters that we are trying to take from the Plant-DiTech, is the ability to monitor in real time the growth of the plant. Basically, you can get real-time graphs where you can see real-time growing of the plants, and you can compare between plants under different conditions, well water, water deficiency, salinity, and really see live how the plants differentiate in their growth condition throughout the experimental period.
This is our cloud-based analytical software, which of course you can access from everywhere in the world, from every computer with internet connection, and view your results, your experiment results, and to analyze it. In here you can select your experiment out of all experiments running in the greenhouse at the same time. This is a typical experiment being done in our greenhouse. This is a tobacco plant, actually, but it can be done with any different crop.
Our customers today are mainly universities, research institutes. We have chemical companies using our system. We have also 4 different fertilization and biostimulants applications to achieve better yields, better performing plants in unoptimized conditions.